Although it may look safe, your Thanksgiving turkey could be contaminated with salmonella. Dr. Philip Snyder says for most people that would ruin their holiday weekend, but for others it can be deadly.
People usually develop diarrhea, fever, abdominal cramps, and they will start to feel just flu-like symptoms. And most people will get through these just fine in 4 to 7 days. People who are very young, like infants or young children or elderly individuals or somebody with a compromised immune system, they will have a harder time fighting the infection.
Salmonella is found in raw turkey. Chef David Miller is an instructor at the Virginia Culinary Institute. He says turkey should be thawed in the refrigerator, not at room temperature.
If you have to rush it, the best way to do it is under cool running water in the sink, so the turkey is covered but the water stays running the whole time. The water should be draining.
Put your bird on a pan in the fridge because the raw juices can infect everything they touch. Something to keep in mind while you're preparing it.
So after you're handling a raw bird, you need to make sure that then the surfaces are cleaned, your knives are cleaned, and you wash your hands real thoroughly before handling anything else.
To kill bacteria, use soap. Or, to be most cautious, mix a tablespoon of bleach into a gallon of warm water. And use paper towels because sponges can be a breeding ground for bacteria. No offense to Grandma, but the old-fashioned way of cooking turkey for a long period of time at a low temperature just isn't safe because it doesn't kill any bacteria that might be in it. The oven should be at least 325 degrees. Cook the turkey until it reaches 165 degrees at the innermost part. Most chefs do not recommend stuffing a turkey because by the time the stuffing reaches 165 degrees, the rest of the turkey is overcooked. Now, when it comes to Thanksgiving leftovers, beware of a different kind of bacteria, E. coli.
Anytime you get a foodborne illness, it will take anywhere from 12 to 72 hours to know that you're starting to get the symptoms. So oftentimes it's very difficult to know when it is a foodborne illness versus a viral infection that can give you intestinal symptoms.
The bacteria danger zone is between 40 and 140 degrees. So make sure your fridge is cool enough and get those leftovers in there within 2 hours, separating any big dishes into small containers. Then eat or freeze those leftovers within 4 days. When talking about turkey safety, be very careful if you're deep frying it. Although it's become a very popular way to cook Thanksgiving dinner with lots of hot oil and an open flame, it can also be very dangerous. Overfilling the turkey fryer is the most common mistake. To prevent this, first test with water how much oil you'll need. Don't put your fryer in a garage or up against a wall. And make sure your turkey is completely dry and defrosted before you slowly place it in the oil. Fire Chief Tim Riley says Thanksgiving is the peak day for home fires.
Should always have gloves, should always have eye goggles. You should never be on the deck. You should never be inside. Have a stable platform and be familiar with the operation of your turkey fryer.
There is one exception to the outdoor-only rule. That's if you're using a fryer specifically designed for indoor use. And regardless of how you're cooking your turkey, if you get a minor burn, put it under cool water. Do not put ice or butter on it.
If the skin does break, make sure and keep that area covered to prevent a secondary infection and put an antibiotic ointment on there. Some people are sensitive to Neosporin, so we do recommend you use a Polysporin. And if there is a blister from the burn, try not to pop the blister, but keep it covered as long as possible. And don't use hydrogen peroxide because that will damage the cells that are trying to repair the injury.
Hopefully, these turkey safety tips will help you and your family sidestep any mishaps and fully enjoy the blessings of Thanksgiving. Lori Johnson, CBN News.